Welcome to Brand Builders TV. Deep dive topics, tools and resources brought to you by global thought leaders from within the Brand Builders Club. This show gives you access to the strategies that you can use to move forward with ease and flow in every area of your life and business. In today's show, Angie is going to share what she did to build up a large catering company and sell it to fulfill her life purpose. What did she do next? How did she start something completely new? What challenges did she overcome? Join her now to find out. Learn it, model it, and get shit done. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are in the globe, in the world. Welcome to Brand Builders TV. I am Angi Reid, and I'm coming to you live from the Flow Studios right outside of Atlanta, Georgia in USA. I would like to take a few moments to acknowledge this day. It's a very solemn day for everyone around the globe, and I would like to send my thoughts and prayers to all the families that were touched during 9/11 19 years ago. So, let's get started. Have a pencil and paper ready, and I want to welcome everybody. Have a pencil and paper ready because I've got a fun exercise for us to do a little later on. As you could read in the intro, it was, I started a business, now what? Well, I really didn't start the business. I was in the corporate world. Hey, Lubna, thanks for joining me. I was in the corporate world and I had a car accident. And while I was recuperating from the car accident, I would go hang out over at this banquet facility that my mom had started. She was cooking for church groups and that sort of thing. And they would have football banquets and all sorts of parties. And this was back in the early 1990s. And so I'd go hang out over there, and I started getting these nudges that this business could be a lot bigger than her vision. So about 2-3 months after helping her out and marinating all my thoughts, I decided I wanted to buy the business from her. So I made her an offer. She accepted. So in 1993, I purchased Inviting Events. I knew nothing about catering. I knew nothing about banquets, but I did know, I did have some business sense. And I could see that they weren't offering fries with that order. Lubna, is my sound okay? Give me a thumbs up if it is. But they weren't offering fries with that order. You know, when you go to a fast food restaurant, they always say, would you like fries with that order? They're upselling those services. They want to make sure that they get everything they can provide for that customer they want to provide. So what I did, rather than just doing parties and events, I started offering flowers for the weddings. I started offering the services of the DJ. I started, what else did I do? I rented tuxedos. I did invitations. I offered lots of fries for their order. And at one point, I even rented out my own wedding gown to a couple of different people. So I was providing everything but the dress. I provided the minister, the ring, and I provided everything but the ring. That was the guy's job. But I realized that this was something that was instant gratification for me, and I absolutely loved it. So fast forward a little bit, I started seeing a reflexologist in around 1995, 1996 for my back issues that I had during the car accident before I bought the business. And the first day I went into the reflexologist, he said to me, "You have a gift. You need to be doing reflexology." And I thought, what in the world are you talking about? I've got a banquet facility. It's a very lucrative business. I love what I'm doing. But that nudge stayed in the back of my brain. In 1998, I had some health issues that my doctor, who was way ahead of her time, she suggested I use some essential oils to help with my health issues. Well, in 3 days, that chronic sinusitis that I had was gone. The candida that was in my system was gone. It never dawned on me that this was a nudge that was being implanted by God in the universe that I was going to use later on. But it worked. And I never even thought to see what else these oils could do for me. So moving forward about, 2003, a friend of a friend of a friend came walking in my door and asked me, would you be willing to sell your business? And I thought and I prayed about it. And I thought, everything's for sale for the right price except my soul. And I upped the value of the business. I went back to her and I said, here's what I want for the company, because I had parties on the books going out maybe a year and a half. And the next day she said, yes. Well, I didn't know what in the world I was going to do. Had no idea what I was going to do. In 60 days, we closed, we signed the papers, and I was gone. I thought maybe they would call me to use my expertise and some of my successes and some of the information that I had gathered along the way. But no, they didn't need me anymore. And the employees that I had been signing those paychecks for, they were my family. I loved them dearly, and we worked together daily and nightly because there were a lot of nights I didn't get out of there till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It was a hard job, but like I said, it was very lucrative. I closed on the business. I was able to pay off my home and do some investing. I had never gotten one check that large in my life. It was very unexpected. Now, that was, let's see, how many years ago? That was in 2003. I'll be 60 next year, so that was 17 years ago. And I had no idea what was ahead of me. Depression, questioning my direction. I had no earthly idea what I was going to do. I felt lonely. I felt like I had lost my identity, because up until that point, I was known as Angie from Inviting Events. Inviting Events was my last name. And now I had to restructure myself as Angi Reid, doing whatever I was going to do. Then I remembered I had gone to cosmetology school back in high school. So I thought, well, I'll either do hair or, that reflexology guy told me, maybe you should do reflexology. You have a gift. So I remembered that nudge. Now, this was way before I started any personal development, way before. And my mother-in-law at the time, she's British, and I was telling her about my choices, either go back to school to do hair or go to reflexology school. And she said, oh, Ange, you don't want to stand on your feet all day. It's bloody horrible on your legs. So she's saying, don't stand on your feet. The other guy's saying, go work on feet. And there just happened to be a reflexology school that was open 45 minutes away from my home. I started to school within 6 months. I became a certified reflexologist just to help my family and my friends. I had never dreamed in a million years that taking that step and following that nudge would help me move forward and to keep going with those other nudges. It's been an amazing ride. I started working on my family and friends, and one thing led to another. I got a nudge to go work in North Georgia at a wellness spa. I got another nudge to go work at a day spa not too far away, and then I had my home office as well. So I had 3 places going, and I still do to this point. I work in 3 different offices. In, let's see, what year was it? 2015, after I had established offices in 3 or 4 different locations, a friend of mine had double knee replacement surgery, and I invited her to come and stay at my home and recuperate. And I knew I needed something for pain and I needed something for scars. And by divine intervention, this nudge came to me in one of our little neighborhood newspapers, and it said natural versus synthetic. And it was all about essential oils. So I called the lady and spoke with her about the oils. I got the oils that were needed for my friend. I said, I don't want to sell these. I don't want to teach about them. I just want them for my clients. That's it. Just want them for my clients. About 10 months later, well, let me back up. About 2 months later, I taught my first class on essential oils. About 10 months later, I went to my first personal development workshop. I was 50, let's see, this was 4 years ago. I was 55 years old and at my first personal development workshop. Never even putting together the fact that these nudges had been coming my way all this time, but thank God and the universe that my inner being was following them because it's created the path I'm on now. And now I recognize that I'm aligned and I'm focusing with my inner being, and I'm trusting those nudges, and when they happen, I take the action. Have any of you ever, have you gotten nudges that you trusted and all of a sudden you noticed that your path was just starting to flow? Speaking of flow, I got a nudge this morning before I jumped on to the show that, Angie, you came out of the fog and into the flow. I'll tell you about flow in just a second. If you've ever had those nudges and didn't follow them, it could be as easily as take a different direction when you're driving to work. Did you look back and you say, oh, I should have listened, or I should have trusted that instinct? Those are the nudges that we get that I'm so grateful that I had and that I followed to get me to the point that I am now. Because that personal development course changed my life. From that personal development course, I got invited and approved and accepted to become part of a global docu-series called Awakening Giants. That's where I met Sammy Blendell, who's the founder of the Brand Builders Club, Brand Builders TV, where you're watching me now. And I had no idea where that was going to take me, but I did follow that nudge and I said yes. One of the things that I've been one of the things I've been doing for the last few years is digesting the information and saying yes to the things that I know are aligned with where I need to go and what my path is. So I said yes to going to Ecuador. I met Sammy. I became part of the Brand Builders Club. And then, let's see what happened after that. Sammy and I sat down and we started talking about my business. And I'll go back to that offering fries with the order. The essential oils business is a great business for me, but the fries were the reflexology. I could offer fries with those, I could offer the footwork with the oils, and that was my fries. So I got this amazing download one day while I was in the shower. That's the best place where I get my downloads. And it said, Your brand name is Flow, and it stands for Feet Love Oils. The light bulb went off. That entire, it brings tears to my eyes to think about it now, because it's created an entire brand for me. I now do Who's in the Flow videos and interviews. By the way, I did trademark that name, and I built my entire brand around it. So I wrote my book last November. I got a nudge while I was journaling, and journaling is very, very important to me, because journaling and showering are two very important things, and that's when I get most of my nudges, is when I'm journaling and when I'm showering. And I got a message on November 14th last year, Angie, today you're going to start writing a book, and it's going to be 365 daily tips of inspiration, self-discovery, and growth, and you're going to call it The Daily Flow. So that book is written. It's been transcribed. It's put on hold right now because I have another book that's coming out this November the 4th, almost a year later. So trust those nudges. Now that brings me back to why I wanted you to get a pencil and paper. I want you to do a to-do list. And at the top of your paper, I want you to write to-do list. And on one side, I want you to put me. Not me. I don't want you to put Angie. I want you to put your name. And on the other side, I want you to put God, universe, source, whatever you call your higher power. And I want you to draw a line down the center of that paper. On the left side, what I want you to do is I want you to write your action steps, things you can do. On mine, I put, I can go to school. I can teach classes. I can create a workshop. What else did I put? The action steps that I knew I could take. Pick up the phone and call somebody. Make an appointment with somebody. On the universe side, I can't limit the universe how big the universe can go. So what I did was I just went as big as possible. I said, I want to have a global business touching many lives around the globe. I want to create a brand around Flow, Feet Love Oils. That's happening, guys. It's happening. Trust in those nudges. Let the universe do its thing. Then after you write your list, I want you to take your paper and I want you to tear it up right down the middle. And the universe part, go burn it. Let the universe have it and don't grab it back. Let the universe have those requests, and let the universe know that you're turning those requests over to the universe. And something I want to let you guys know, that a message I've been given recently was, a problem is not really a problem if it can be solved with action. So the things that I was thinking that were problems and labeling them as problems, they weren't really problems, because it only took a few action steps to solve that issue, and it was done and gone. So after you do your to-do list, one side for you, one side for the universe, rip it in half, burn the universe side, and let it go. Let the universe do its job. I want to let you know something that I shared with a friend of mine recently, and somebody shared with me and told me that I was being selfish for not sharing my gifts. And if you have gifts that you're not sharing, don't be selfish. Don't keep them for just you or just a close-knit group of people you feel comfortable around. I was dimming my light to make everybody feel comfortable around me. And once I started letting that light shine, that comfort level changed. And now I'm saying yes to more things. And the fact that I said yes to that personal development workshop, the fact that I said yes to going to Ecuador, the fact that I said yes to brand builders, the fact that I said yes to doing the Who's in the Flow interviews, the fact that I said yes to writing that book, it's gotten me to the point that, well, I'm here with you today on Brand Builders TV talking about saying yes and trusting those nudges. It's all about trusting those nudges. Be present. One of my favorite quotes that is in the book is, if I have 1 foot in yesterday and 1 foot in tomorrow, I'm pissing all over the day, I'm guaranteed. So I try not to live in yesterday and complain about what has happened, because I can't unring that bell. And I really strive to stay out of tomorrow, because I'm not guaranteed that moment. What I'm guaranteed is right now, right here with you. And I built my business by offering fries with that order. If you've got some fries to offer with your order, offer the fries. The challenges that I've overcome were depression, loneliness, feeling worthy or not feeling worthy. My confidence level was so low, and doubting my abilities, doubting my gifts. We're never given a desire without being given the tools to make that desire come true. So with the challenges, the depression, prayer really, really helped with that depression. Loneliness, reframing my thoughts, saying, oh, I'm not a mom. All these other people are moms and they have kids. It's Mother's Day. Woe is me. Guys, when I sold that business, I didn't quit doing parties. I was hosting the biggest pity party in the world, and it was a private party just for me. So I stayed in that pity party for a while until I took that action step to go to school. And the reframing those thoughts really helped me shut down the pity party. The confidence, doing the workshops and saying yes to things. The doubting myself, listening to those nudges and knowing those desires were sent just for me, made me feel very, very special, and made me feel like my gift was worthy of sharing with other people. I thank you so much for listening today. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I hope both halves of the section of the show are going to be played, because the first half was just cut off by the internet. And I will end it by letting you know that you can reach out to me on my website at feetloveoils.com. You can touch base with me on my Facebook page. You can get in touch with me through Brand Builders. I want to wish everybody a very happy Friday, and I want to let you know to stay in the flow. Lots of love.
I hope that you've enjoyed the show today as much as we've enjoyed making it for you. If you've got anything out of this episode, please do tell someone else how they can subscribe to the Brand Builders TV channel at youtube.com/Brand Builders TV. Why not join us at our next Brand Builders Thinkubator, a global mastermind that we run every week to take away the loneliness of being in business on your own. For more information and to book your place, visit light.brandbuilders.club/Thinkubator. That's light.brandbuilders.club/Thinkubator. Until next time, be the ripple that you wish to see in the world, and we'll see you soon.